guys, welcome back to another video. Today is all about foundations, in particular a foundation ranking. I am going to be ranking the latest foundations that have found their way into my stash. I think this video is covering foundations that I tried all the way back in February, so about 3.5 months. I've definitely had my chance to try these foundations out, and there's a total of 15. Actually, there's 16, but one of them I'm not ranking because it's technically a body foundation, and I'm going to talk about that first. But all of these foundations, guys, I have dedicated reviews on. I've used them in videos, so I will have my foundation playlist linked in a pinned comment of today's video. And in case it is your first time here on my channel, first and foremost, welcome. My name is Steff. I am a foundation junkie, but also just a makeup junkie. I love trying all things makeup. On my channel, you can expect to see the latest makeup reviews, wear tests, demos, tutorials, you name it, guys. I love to try it here on my channel. If that sounds like something you want to see on a regular basis, because those of you who have been here a while, you guys know I upload quite a bit, then do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up on your way out if you enjoyed watching. And guys, if you're wondering about the makeup I have on, I did film this look. This look is my She Glam haul. So if you like everything you see, that video should already be live, or it's gonna go live after this one does. So be on the lookout for it. It's the She Glam video. And of course, I will have all the makeup that I'm discussing linked in the description box of today's video. Some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. If you guys want to see how I'm ranking these 15 foundations that I've tried over the last 3 months, keep on watching. Alright, so I want to start first with the body foundation that I mentioned. This is a new one from IT Cosmetics. This is the Celebration Body Foundation Illumination. This is a full coverage, waterproof body makeup. I wear tested this at the beach, went down to South Padre Island, Texas, and I got in the water, I was in the sand, it was hot, I was perspiring. I really put this to the test and it stayed on my legs. Like, it was amazing. I couldn't believe it. This foundation launched exclusively at QVC, and I want to say it should, at the end of this month, at the end of June, it should be available at maybe all IT Cosmetics retailers. If you're getting married this summer, maybe you're gonna be in a wedding, maybe you're just gonna be doing a lot of entertaining, a lot of backyard barbecues, or maybe you're going to the beach and you have some stuff on your arms, your legs, your body that you just wanna camouflage a bit, this is a pretty awesome foundation. I would say the only bad thing about this particular foundation is the shade range. The shade range definitely needs a lot of work, but I'm hoping that maybe when they do like the worldwide launch of this, more shades are gonna turn up. Maybe QVC was only sent a handful of shades, but I know that the shades that they launched with, I wasn't too impressed with them. The shade that I have is light, I believe. Yeah, I have the shade light. I'm gonna swatch it on the back of my hand because it's a little bit darker than my skin tone, but that's actually a good thing because that's gonna also give, you know, that added bit of coverage. I would say right now it might almost be my skin tone just because I've picked up a little bit of a tan, but this stuff lasts. Like, it is an amazing product. I didn't want to rank it in the other foundations, since the other foundations are mainly, you know, facial foundations, but if you're looking for a new body makeup to try out, and maybe you're a huge fan of IT Cosmetics, if you can find your appropriate shade, I would definitely give this one a shot. Now guys, I forgot to mention this in the intro, but again, if it's your first time here on my channel, I am 40 years old and I do have normal to oily skin. I don't try foundations that are intended for my skin type. I try all foundations. So just keep that in the back of your mind as you're watching me rank these foundations. I am ranking them on how they worked for me and my 40-year-old normal to oily skin. And coming in at unlucky number 15 is Rare Beauty, and this is their new tinted moisturizer. I picked up the shade 14W. The shade is fine for me. It's just, it doesn't do anything for me. Like, there's barely any coverage, and if I didn't want to have any coverage, then I would just not wear makeup, right? Save myself the time. I've tried this several different ways, but it just didn't do much, and it didn't even last that long. So unfortunately for me, I haven't found that amazing Rare Beauty complexion product, like that holy grail complexion product from Rare Beauty. Their concealer is okay, the foundation is okay, this is less than okay. Guys, there's so many other things that I love from Rare Beauty, like their bronzers, the brushes, the blushes, the lip products, the mascara especially, but this tinted moisturizer just did not make my winners list. Coming in at number 14 is unfortunately this one from Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin Blurring Balm, something like that. I have the shade 2 in this one. It just didn't work for me, guys. I've tried this in several different ways. I've tried it as a foundation. I've tried it as setting my makeup. I've tried it with and without primer. I've tried setting it with my regular setting powder, but this doesn't look that great on me. I feel like it accentuates the little bit of texture I have, and it doesn't really last. It doesn't hold up on me that well. I know a lot of you have said such amazing things about this product. You've had really amazing results, and I'm really happy if you have this and it's working out well for you. For me though, it just didn't do it, and unfortunately it's finding itself in the number 14 spot. Coming in at number 13 is the latest foundation for me to review, and it is a powder foundation from Tarte. This is a new Amazonian Clay Blurring Powder Foundation. Guys, the packaging, beautiful. And I have the shade 18N, which is Fair Light Neutral. I don't like this as a powder foundation. It didn't do that great of a job on me and my normal to oily skin. If you have their new Gem Powder Foundation, in my opinion, that is way better than this one. For me, that one definitely gave more of a blurring effect, and it just held up longer on my skin. This one started, you know, kind of breaking apart. I didn't really feel like it controlled my oil. I will say that I have tried this as a setting powder, and I like it much better that way. So what I'll do is I'll get like my little BK Beauty 108 brush over here, and I just dip in, and then I apply it in my T-zone. I don't use this to set my under eye area, but as just, you know, a touch-up powder or a setting powder for not the under eye area, I think this does a much better job. And again, packaging on this is beautiful. Coming in at number 12 is the new foundation from Zara. So this is pretty much a medium to full coverage foundation. Look at how it kind of just sits. It sits at like a slant. At first I thought that was cute, but it's actually become rather annoying because I'm always knocking it over on my shelf. So I give them points for, you know, trying to be different, but, you know, I'd rather it just lay flat and not tilted. But it does come in this frosted glass bottle. They did launch with a pretty good shade range, although I do feel I had a rather difficult time finding my shade online. I don't know if you can find this in stores. I don't think my local Zara has it in stock. That's why I ordered it online, and I ordered the concealer. So this is a matte foundation. The concealer is a hydrating luminous concealer. So I thought that was an interesting combination. This foundation is all right. You know, it's not completely terrible. It is going to give you pretty decent coverage. It's just not wow. Like, it doesn't do anything special that some of the other foundations in my stash do. Like, for me, this foundation is just there. Like, it's just okay. It doesn't really fill a void in my collection, and that's why I'm putting it in the number 12 spot. Now, coming in at number 11 is also from Danessa Myricks, and this is the first foundation in the Yummy Skin line. I reviewed this alongside of the serum primer. I enjoy the primer. I enjoy this foundation. This is definitely full coverage. A little of this goes a long way. And this is a refillable foundation. So you just screw off the bottom, and then it's this part that you do purchase. And it does have a little squeezy tube on it. The shade I picked up in this one is 4N. This foundation did a pretty good job. I definitely like the coverage. I like the finish of it. And it got me a good 8 to 10 hours. Guys, I just want my foundation to get me a good 10 hours. 10 hours, that's all I'm asking. Look decent at the 10-hour mark. And this one did. This one did a pretty decent job. Now, I know a lot of people have had the complete opposite experience that I've had, and maybe a lot of people would rank this a lot lower and the balm a lot higher. But for me, this Yummy Skin Serum Foundation has been working out so much better than that Yummy Skin Beauty Balm. So now we're getting into the top 10, and I will say these 10 foundations, they're pretty good. I definitely recommend you checking any of these 10 out. And we're gonna start the top 10 with Be Perfect, and this is their new Chroma Cover Foundation. They also released a Chroma Concealer. Both of them are full coverage. So the concealer, the foundation, this is super full coverage. It does last for a good 10 hours. I find that it feels lightweight, but I feel like it's a bit of a thicker consistency. And I have it here on the back of my hand. What shade did I pick up in this one? I picked up shade W2. And I ordered this from the Be Perfect website, but I think you can already find it on Beauty Bay because Beauty Bay does sell Be Perfect. So if you're looking for a full coverage foundation and maybe you do need it to be a little bit thicker, I had some swatches of eyeliner on the back of my hand and I'm just putting it over it and it completely covered those swatches. Those swatches, by the way, were from my She Glam video. Those eyeliners did not want to come off. They were those duochrome eyeliners, but look at how well it covered those swatches. So I don't have tattoos to show you how well this would cover, but if you're in need of a pretty heavy duty full coverage foundation, then I definitely think you'd want to check out this one from Be Perfect. Coming in at number 9 is the foundation that I'm currently wearing right now, and that's from She Glam. This is their new Skinfluencer Full Coverage Foundation Balm. I thought that this would be a nice dupe for the Wayne Goss Cream Foundation, and I would say it's a close second. It's a close second. This is definitely gonna give your skin more of a glow. It provides full coverage, but it's definitely a glowy, like dewy makeup. Guys, I've had this face and makeup on for about 8 or 9 hours already, and this foundation has held up pretty well. I did touch up before coming on camera, but guys, I was running errands and I want you to know the heat is unreal down here, like unreal. Even getting in the car, like touching the steering wheel, you gotta let it cool down for a few minutes. Yeah, it's just really hot. So this $8.49 foundation, because that's how much it costs, has done a really good job. I've worn it about 4 times since reviewing it. Guys, this shade that I picked up is the shade Nude, and I also picked up a darker shade, which I'm wearing as well, to be a cream bronzer, and this one is in the shade Nutmeg. I love it. This is a really nice foundation. I believe it comes in about 21 different shades. Retails for $8.49 on the She Glam website. I think if you're wanting to try like a foundation balm, I love those words together, foundation balm, this would be a really nice product to check out. And you guys know Shein, She Glam, super affordable. I would say my order took about a week to reach me, maybe like 8-9 days at the most, but well worth the wait. I'm really loving this foundation from She Glam. Coming in at number 8 is this foundation right here from Moira Beauty. This is the Complete Wear Foundation, weightless, full coverage, ultra long wear, and I picked up the shade 150 Barely Beige. I did a Moira Beauty haul not too long ago on my channel. I want to say maybe it was like 2 months ago, and I bought a whole bunch of new Moira Beauty products. I don't know how new this foundation is. It's new to me, and I also picked up their concealer, and this is a really nice foundation. I don't think I paid more than $15 for this foundation. Maybe even it was like 12 or something like that. From what I can remember, I don't think it was over 20. Usually Moira Beauty products range anywhere from $5 to like $20. So it's definitely on the affordable price point. This is a very lightweight full coverage foundation. I do think it has a pretty decent shade range, and this has just been a really nice foundation, a very comfortable foundation to wear. And if maybe you're new to Moira Beauty and you want to maybe get a little bit of everything just to try out the way I did, then I definitely add this foundation to your cart. Coming in at number 7 is a foundation I didn't expect, I didn't think I was going to love, just because I don't like a lot of products from this brand, and that comes to us from Makeup Revolution. This is their new IRL Filter Long Wear Foundation. Now, the bad thing about this foundation is the shade range. What it says online is not really what you get when you get it home. So for example, I have shade F1, and I think I also purchased shade F5, and mixing them together got me a better shade. I just feel like their descriptions don't match what you get. So that shade F1 F1, that's a little too light for me right now. So mixing it in with shade F5 was definitely the way to go. But this foundation lasts. This is a nice full coverage matte foundation. I just think it did such a good job. I've really been enjoying using this one. And like I said, there's not a lot of Makeup Revolution products that I really enjoy. I was a little bit blown away by this foundation. I know some of you have commented that you have dry skin and this didn't work for you. I would recommend this more so if you're normal to oily or full on oily. I think this is definitely worth checking out. Coming in at number 6 is also another recent review, and that comes to us from Estee Lauder. This is the Soft Glow Matte Cushion Makeup with SPF 36. Now guys, I have it over here. This foundation retails for $49, but you're getting 2 for the price of 1. So you do get a refill, and then you get what's already in the little compact here. It does come with the sponge, which I don't really like this to apply the foundation. You guys know I love to use my BK Beauty 101 foundation brush. That is how I like to apply this particular cushion foundation. This is a really nice foundation if you have normal skin, normal to oily skin. I think even normal to dry skin, this would look really pretty on. It has about a medium coverage. I know this says it can get up to full coverage. I don't experience full coverage with this. I experience a nice medium coverage, and it does give your complexion that nice healthy glow to it. Now, I definitely powder down my T-zone with this, and it does fine. It lasts a good 10 hours. It doesn't settle into fine lines. It really does give you like that nice healthy lit from within glow without making you look shiny. Just remember, close this really well, kind of just clicks down a little bit. And then make sure you close this because cushion foundations do tend to dry out rather easily. And guys, I would rank this higher, but the full shade range isn't available. I've only seen 3 shades available, and I know that can't be the entire shade range. The shade I have is 1W1 Bone, which is typically what I wear in Estee Lauder foundations. I'm either 1N1 or 1W1. That's usually, you know, where I like to bounce around between. So I'm really hoping that those additional shades make their way to the US ASAP. One of y'all told me that this launched in Asia, and while there wasn't a huge shade range, there was definitely more than 3. And I want to say this is also available in other parts of Europe, and now it has just landed here in the US. So let me know if you've picked this up. Let me know if you've tried it, especially if you're from overseas. Let me know what you think about this new one from Estee Lauder. Now we're getting into the top 5. Number 5 is a foundation I was rooting for. I wanted to like this foundation, and I'm so happy that I did. And it is the new one from Makeup Forever. This is their new HD Skin Foundation, and I picked up the shade 1N06. So Makeup Forever, I've tried different foundations from them in the past, and they've never really worked out that great for me. This one has totally changed the game. So now I can say I finally found a Makeup Forever foundation that I really enjoy. I remember I do all my wear tests for about 10 hours, 10, 12 hours at the most. But I had ended the wear test, but my day kept going, and I ended up wearing this foundation for like 15, 16 hours that day, and it did good. It did a really good job. Of course, again, I use my primer, I powder down my T-zone, I do some setting spray, but I really didn't even touch this foundation up that entire day, and it did so well. I have used it a few times since, and I've really enjoyed it. I'm just so happy that I finally found a foundation in Makeup Forever that I really like. This is a revamped version of their previous HD foundation. So now this one's called HD Skin Foundation, and I think they have a really nice formula with this new one. Coming in at number 4 is the new one from IT Cosmetics. This is their new CC Nude Glow Foundation with SPF 40. I think that this is a nice medium coverage foundation. It doesn't cause me to get excessively oily. What it does is provide a beautiful glow to my complexion. Now with this product, I definitely have to go in with primer and setting powder like I do with all of these foundations, guys. Like for me, wherever I get the oiliest, I definitely need to powder down in the morning. Maybe I won't touch up all day, but I need to start the day with some setting powder just so that it can help absorb that excess oil. This one did a fantastic job. I really enjoyed using this product. I love a lot of IT Cosmetics foundations, guys, and their CC creams and everything. I just think they have a really good formula. The only thing I'll say that I don't particularly like about IT Cosmetics is their shade range. And sometimes I fall like in between shades, and so it's either too light or it's too dark or it looks a little gray on me. I know some of you have mentioned that it also looks gray on your skin. I don't know why that is. I guess they're undertones. They haven't gotten it right yet, but hey, they were bought out by like L'Oreal, I think. So they have a lot of money at their disposal to get their shade range in order. So I do hope that is something that they're working on. I do know that in recent years, they have been adding more shades to their product launches, which, hello, it's 2022. You definitely need to have an inclusive shade range. So I like this new one from IT Cosmetics, and it's a welcome addition into my stash. All right, guys, top 3. Which 3 foundations do you think have topped my list? Coming in at number 3 is the newest foundation from Kosas, and that is their new Revealer Skin Improving Foundation with SPF 25. I have the shade, what shade did I pick? Very Light Natural, 110. So let me give this a good shake. I would say for me, this foundation gives a nice natural finish. I definitely have to powder this one down, but this looks so pretty on the skin. I feel like I can get a good medium bordering on full coverage out of this foundation, and it gets me a good workday's wear. It really just gives my complexion a really nice airbrushed finish, and I really do enjoy the matching concealer. I still haven't bought their cloud powder, cloud set powder. It's a pressed powder. A lot of you have said that is a really good powder. It is still on my list. I haven't forgotten about it, but this new foundation just really blew me away. This was a really nice release from Kosas, and this is a nice way for me to try more of the brand. Coming in at number 2 is a little luxury, and I'm talking about Givenchy. This is the Prismey Libre Skin Caring Matte Foundation, and I have the shade W110 in this one. This is a really nice foundation, guys. This is a beautiful foundation. I would say this is up there with the Dior Forever Matte Foundation. If you were gonna ask me to choose between the two, the Dior or this one, I think I would choose the Dior, but by a centimeter, guys. Like, this Givenchy is so super similar to that Dior Forever Matte Foundation. So if you like that foundation and maybe you're running low and you want to try something new, this one from Givenchy would be a great place to start. I think this foundation would be fantastic for those of you with normal skin, normal to oily, full on oily. This is just a really, really pretty foundation. And yes, it does have fragrance in it. That's the thing, guys, with these luxury foundations, they all tend to have fragrance. I mean, I think it's made in Italy, so I know a lot of products that come out of there, they do fragrance them. But if you can get past that, it is a beautiful foundation, and it does provide long wear. Now, if you've been watching my channel the last couple months, then you guys know what number 1 is, and I'm talking about the latest from Goss. This is his new cream foundation. I have the shade 9 in this one. It's beautiful. I didn't expect anything less from Goss. He knows complexion. Like, he knows all things makeup, and he gives a lot of good advice, especially for those of us with mature skin. I'm 40 years old. I wouldn't say I have mature skin. I'm getting there, but I would say I have pretty nice skin for my age. At least I think so. But this foundation, in my opinion, is going to be good for all skin types, whether you have sensitive skin, oily skin, dry skin, mature skin, acne prone skin. This is just such a beautiful product. And what I like about this product is that, yes, you're gonna get full coverage, but you don't need to get full coverage. You can go in with maybe a damp beauty sponge and kind of sheer it out that way, or just don't go in with a lot of product, and it can be a sheer coverage, it could be a medium, or it could be your full. Guys, this foundation has worked out so well for me. And the good thing about this foundation is I can wear it both with and without powder, and it's still gonna look good at the end of the day. I can't claim that for a lot of foundations with my normal to oily skin, but something about this foundation is it's just so good. I was really hoping that we were gonna get a foundation from Wayne Goss really soon, and he didn't disappoint with this. I also picked up the setting powder. That setting powder is a really good setting powder. It's a translucent setting powder. It does a good job of absorbing excess oil, but between the two, this is definitely a standout favorite, and that's why it's making my #1 spot. All right, guys, so that wraps up today's foundation ranking video. These were all the foundations that I've tried in the recent months here on my channel. I love doing them, guys. I love doing foundation reviews and wear tests. That is never going to change. You will always see the latest foundations here on my YouTube channel. Let me know what you thought about how I ranked these foundations. Did some of your favorites top my list? Maybe some of your favorites were at the bottom. Let us know what foundations you've been loving, or let us know what foundations you've like, ugh, no way, stay away from them. Sound off in the comments down below. And the one thing I will tell you guys is don't feel like you need to try it all. And if you can get samples of any of these foundations, any of the newest foundations that catch your eye, get a sample first before you invest your 30, 40, 50, sometimes 60 bucks. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink that water, and we'll see you all very soon. Bye.